happy about, others are also okay. And we want to be looking at the legal aspect of it and see what exactly this means for Shatta Wale and the team. Lawyer Maurice Ampaw is on the line to speak to us on that one as well. Hello, lawyer. Good morning. How are you doing, please?
Morning, my brother. I'm doing good.
Very well. Thanks a lot for making time for us. We're grateful that you can join us.
You are welcome, my brother.
Awesome. Now, let me find out. I'm sure by now you've sat down and analyzed the situation Shatta finds himself right now. What is his situation right now?
I think that I spoke to Shatta around 9:30 in the evening, when he decided to made himself available to the police. I think he visited the regional police command. And then I told him that he has a good case, although it seems like the law is against him, but he has a very solid defense that he can release, and then that's about. In nutshell, I think that look at what Shatta and his team did in law amount to spreading fake news and information which is contrary to the Communication Act, Electronic Communication Act, at 2008. If you look specifically section 726, 1 and 2, anybody who engages in spreading of fake news and causes financial loss, causes fear and panic, and security, blah, 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 blah. And exactly, I think that Shatta Wale find himself in that situation. So I think that is the appropriate charge. But in law, we are going to look at the circumstances that led to Shatta Wale staging this fake news or prank. Now, he has raised a solid defense that he was under emotional and mental torture. He was depressed because the prophecy affected him emotionally. And we all know in law, for you to be guilty of a crime, there are two ingredients that you have to satisfy. It's called the mens rea. Your mind must be guilty. You must have a mind that has an intention to commit that crime. And that mind should not be influenced by any other factors like depression, alcohol, or mental derangement. So when you examine the mindset of Shatta before this prank, that is very crucial. Because if you are not able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that Shatta had a soundness of mind, and especially everybody knows, if you call a psychologist right now to tell you that when somebody declares you that you will die at a particular time, and I can tell you that I have been a victim. I am a lawyer. I did a case against one armed robber, and then he gave me 1 week to live. He said, Lampai, I swear by the God, that if you're able to live after Friday, then I will not save the Hupo. And this, what I'm talking about some 18 years ago, I can tell you, he said this thing to me on Friday. And said by Friday, the whole world will hear that I'm dead. I can tell you from Friday, Saturday, something up to Monday, I couldn't sleep. I was under serious mental torture. Then the Thursday day, I did all night. Because like, I fear that if I sleep, then I'll
you die.
Meaning, only for him to call me Saturday morning and say, are you still alive? He said, yes. I intentionally did that because I want to test your pulse. You're a strong man. But I can tell you what I went through. I was sort of myself. My whole family realized that, my brothers and siblings realized that I'm in trouble. But I was thinking that, look, what is going to happen? Why am I living? So I know what Shatta Wale is going through. So the police must first listen to Shatta's explanation that, look, I came under mental torture, emotional trauma, and I have to do something for the system to listen and respond, because we are in this country where prophets have been doing what we call spiritual setting people spiritually, and then committing crime in the name of Christ, in the name of religion, in the name of prophecy, and nothing happens. And Shatta can say that, look, we have a lot of this prophecy. When they go to the police station and even make formal complaint, they don't take it serious. It happened to Ebony. So this time, when he decided to do this prank, the system has responded. So it's a wake-up call. Because all along, if Shatta Shatta Wale have not come out to make this prank, I don't think the pastor will have invited. Are they lie?
All right. No, that's very true. And I'm sure it has gotten to where it is right now because of this whole prank thing that came into the picture. But, lawyer, let's look at this from the other angle. As at the moment when he was being, investigated or even looked for by the police, he was putting certain comments on social media which sought to actually disrespect the police in a certain way with foul words and all that. How does this stand with this too?
Well, I think that all this things add up to a mental state. His mental state. This one too is going through the same thing.
Funny face. So Shatta can say that mentally, he went off maybe because of the fear. He's under depression. This is what happened, and he can say, "I'm sorry. I have to do what I did because of my mind. I'm having serious mental depression, and I think that the court will understand, especially if he tells the police that he wants to undergo mental interrogation. I can tell you, they will come out with something that Shatta is not of himself at that time, and they will come out. You have this way of saying that anybody who received threats, what will be the mental state? Can you be of a sound person? Can you sleep soundly? Will you be thinking about it? Wouldn't you have some kind of a mental, emotional pain? All these things will play. But you see, the most important thing is that I think that the police must be more interested in the prophecy, the man of God who make this prophet, and appropriately charge him for number one, spreading fake news, because his prophecy did not come to pass. So, I can look in law that the news that the prophecy that he gives is a news, is a statement that somebody, Shatta, would die 18th. Shatta did not. So by spreading this fake news, it led to causing fear and panic. Shatta family came under fear and panic. The whole public, Shatta fans. So he also should be charged for, and then too should be charged for spiritual assault. Spiritual assault?
Yeah, spiritual assault. That leads to it, and in law it will be under criminal assault. See, because if you do anything, whether word of mouth or any swear, that threatens a person, is an assault in law. An assault is when somebody is threatened and the threat is reasonable. It's called a reasonable threat. So you can use your mouth to say that I will kill you this afternoon. It's an assault.
But is he not going to argue that it was God's message to him?
Good. That is why he's going to lose, because when he says God, the court will ask him, prove beyond reasonable doubt. Where was that God? Let that God come and testify on your behalf.
Yes. That would be an interesting one.
Good. Let the Holy Spirit. The moment you said it is somebody, then the person should be a principal witness. You are bringing the person in there, so the court will be interested to say, okay, it is a God. Let your God come and then turn into the human being physically, because with the people on earth, we don't deal with spiritual matters. So can you invite your God so that he can come in a human form, so that the court will be able to interrogate him? So that is where the pastor will have problems, because what pertains in the spiritual realm, we cannot have proceedings over it in the physical realm. So your defense that it is God who led you, you put yourself into that trouble. That is why when we say that spiritual matters are not discussed in court, we think that it goes against anybody who has been affected. It goes against the person who wants to rely on it. Because you see, when you make an allegation in law, it is you who have to prove it. You must prove. So when you say it is God, it is not Shatta Wale who have to come in now lead the evidence to say that it's not any God. Shatta Wale say that for him. The words that you said has affected him, threatening his life, and he do know that he can even be charged for blackmailing. So three first charge is spreading fake news. Second charge is criminal assault, and the third one is blackmailing. Let me explain the blackmailing. You realize that the pastor, after making a prophecy, then said that Shatta Wale, the only way out for you is to see another man of God.
Yeah.
Dude, what does it mean? He's trying to tell you that if you don't see that man of God, and whatever that man of God tells you, that prophecy will come to pass. That's where the blackmailing comes in. You know how blackmailers operate.
Yeah.
If you don't do this, I'll do this. So, and that man God that you are going to see too, you don't see man of God with empty hands. They'll tell you, don't go in the presence of God with what? Without what? Teeth.
Okay.
Good. So this same man can arrange with his friend, collect prophet. Say, look.
So,
yes.
So lawyer, before I let you go, what are his chances in terms of court proceedings? Will he be able to come out of this, or it might turn a little bit terrible for him?
Yeah, I pray that the police drops any charge against him because of his mental health.
Okay.
The state of his mind. The police should be very sensitive because Shatta it has not been easy for Shatta since those threats were made.
Okay.
So they should look at his mental status and then refer the matter to Attorney General for legal advice. Because Shatta's lawyer must be more interested in using his mental health as a defense. And when that you see Shatta Wale is also going to have a defense. They say, look, let's take him to the psychiatric hospital.
I see. Interesting. Lawyer, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're grateful.